Hi there. I just wanted to take a second to walk you through our new tool Compass to see how we could find a way to use it to gather insights for our team. So when you log into a team that is pretty active, this team has about 150 members, you might see something like this, which at first shows might be a bit overwhelming, but what I can see immediately off the bat is over the last month, in terms of the people that are talking to other people in our team, there's an interesting question of why are these people at the edge the outliers? Are they falling away? Are they a little less engaged? Are they having trouble using Slack? Are they having trouble connecting with their teammates? Those are some of the questions I might ask. We can see the same thing when we switch over to the channel view over the past month, where we see some people that are disengaged at the edge of the network. And so we can start asking questions about why that might be. The other thing that we have going on here is an overview on the left side to show which are the most active people and what percentage of the total messages the team has sent do they send. So we can see what's the distribution of who sends far more messages than the rest of the team. Because here we can see there are a lot of people sending 1% and below, with a few that are sending a little bit more. We can also click through to see what's the distribution of our messages over time. And what's the general sentiment to see where is there positivity and negativity over the past month amongst our team. Before we move on, one big thing that's important to do with this view is to change the number of interactions so we can start to get in some deeper signal about where the team might be separated or might be experiencing some disconnection and some silos. So I have increased the number of interactions that Compass will use to filter. And I can start to see that there are lots of people talking around this demo shoes channel and this demo games channel, but those people aren't at all talking to this other cluster over here. So I begin to ask questions about, are there some silos across our departments? Does this team talking about shoes, are they having trouble connecting with the teams that are talking about movies or music? Or is that exactly what we'd want to see? So again, like on these outliers at the edges, why are they having conversations with channels that are a bit more disconnected? Is that what we want to see in terms of the work that team's doing? Or is that something that we need to think about in terms of how we could create new channels to better connect those teams? So then if I move to the leaderboards, we're able to quickly see some distribution of who are the people that enable and control the flow of information across the team, or if those people might actually be serving as bottlenecks that limit the team's ability to move work forward. So we can ask, do we need to further incentivize others to help connect different teammates, or should we think about how to provide greater support to those people that are receiving lots of messages and are really serving as that central piece amongst the team to connect people? We can also look at the scouts, those people who can most quickly communicate with everyone across your team, to ask questions around, should those be the people that serve in that central role? Or is there an issue with our team structures to where we've got the people that we need to be able to communicate with everyone are having trouble doing that in our current Slack instance? To scroll on down, we've got a lot of other leaderboards to just give you some signal into who's talking to each other a lot, who's talking the most, who's not talking the most. Again, an opportunity to see who's getting further disengaged or confused about how to engage with the Slack team. These are the people that are engaged in the most channels. These are the people that are using over time the most positive language in their messages. And we can see there's a big difference between the first couple. So that's a question of, are we recognizing these people for their positivity? And we can see that there are some people that are far more negative, potentially, in the way that they're using messages. Now, that's not always going to mean that they are negative across the board. It might just mean that the nature of their work means they use more negative language. So that's something that we have to figure out as we ask these questions. Finally, we can see who use announcements the most amongst our team. So these are just a couple of the ways that when I log into a Slack team on Compass, I'm able to ask some questions about the team structure, who's using positive and negative language in their messages, and where we might have people that are getting a bit disengaged or falling away.